All right, let's dive into the Wingspan Oceania Expansion. If you're looking for a quick and clear guide to all the new rules, what the new birds can do, and how it all changes the game, well, you have come to the right place. We're going to break it all down. So, the rulebook calls these birds colorful and awe-inspiring. And trust me, that is the perfect description. And it's not just about the gorgeous new artwork either. This expansion introduces a whole new ecosystem of mechanics that's going to completely shake up how you play the game, starting with the biggest change of all. And that biggest, most exciting change? It all comes down to a brand new type of food. Get ready to meet nectar, which is, without a doubt, the sweetest and most powerful new resource you can get. So what is nectar? Well, think of it as a wild card for food. You can spend one little nectar token as if it were a worm, a seed, a fish, anything you want. That incredible flexibility makes it, hands down, the best and most valuable food in the game. Okay, so there are really only three things you got to remember about nectar. First, you can spend it as any food. Super simple. Second, and this is the one that changes everything, you have to discard any nectar you haven't used at the end of each round. And third, you actually score points for spending it, which is where things get really interesting. Yeah, that discard rule is the real kicker, isn't it? Nectar is a total use it or lose it resource. You absolutely cannot save it up between rounds. This creates this awesome little tactical puzzle every single round where you're trying to figure out the best way to spend every last drop before it just disappears. So why bother spending it all? Oh, there's a huge reason why. Every time you spend a nectar, you place that token on the habitat where you spent it. At the end of the game, you check who has the most nectar in each of the three habitats. First place gets 5 points, second place gets 2, and that's per habitat. This is a massive new way to rack up points. Okay, so nectar is a huge deal. It totally changes the food game, but it's not the only thing changing. We're also getting a whole new environment, starting with brand new player mats, and they are awesome. You're gonna love these new mats. For starters, the first couple of spaces are just better. They give you more food and more cards right from the beginning. But the real game changers are these new reset actions. You know when the bird feeder is just full of useless food? Well, now you can spend 1 food to re-roll all the dice. Same for the bird tray. If you don't like the birds, spend 1 food, wipe the tray, and deal out 3 new ones. It gives you so much more control. All right, new foods, new mats, but what about the birds? I mean, that's what we're all here for, right? So what kind of new tricks have they learned? Okay, get ready for this because it's a big one. We're talking about game end powers. You'll spot them by the yellow banner on the card. These powers are wild because they only trigger one time, after the entire game is over and all the normal scoring is done. It's like a last-minute surprise that can totally swing the game. And when I say they can swing the game, I am not kidding. Take a look at the kakapo. The game is literally over, you've counted up all your points, and then this power lets you draw 4 new bonus cards and keep 1. Can you imagine just stumbling into an extra 7 or 8 points you didn't even know you had? It is incredible. Another cool little addition is the flightless birds. See that little star where the wingspan should be? That just means its wingspan is a wild card. So if a round goal needs a bird with a wingspan under 10 centimeters, this guy works. If it needs one over 75 centimeters, he works for that too. Super, super useful. So you've got nectar, you've got these awesome new mats, crazy new bird powers. What does that all add up to? Well, it means there are a ton of new ways to score points and brand new strategies for winning the game. Some of these new end-of-round goals are, well, they're kind of quirky, but in a fun way. You'll be checking to see if your bird's beaks are pointing left or right. Who would have thought? But my personal favorite, for sure, is the no-goal tile. Yeah, you heard me. When that tile comes out, the goal for that round just doesn't happen. And instead, everybody gets an extra action cube for the rest of the game. How cool is that? And the new bonus cards? They're going to make you think about your board layout in a whole new way. You know how you usually just place birds wherever there's an open spot? Well, now you might be trying to line up 3 platform nests in the same column, or get birds with wingspans of, say, 30, 31, and 32 centimeters all in a row. It adds this cool little spatial puzzle to your board. Okay, I know what you're thinking. This all sounds amazing, but is it a huge pain to set up? And the answer is no, not at all. It is super, super simple to get your first game going with this expansion. Let me show you how easy it is. It really just comes down to 4 little swaps.
First, use the new Oceania player mats instead of the old ones. Easy. Second, grab the new food dice, the ones with a little nectar flower on them, and just put the old dice back in the box. Third, shuffle all those great new bird cards right into the main deck. And last, just dump the nectar tokens in with the rest of the food. That's it. You are ready to play.
So, when you boil it all down, Oceania adds all these layers of new, fun decisions without actually making the game more complicated. You've got this awesome push your luck feel with the nectar, you have way more control with the new player mats, and you've got all these brand new paths to victory. So the only real question is, which new strategy will you master first? Are you going to go all in on nectar or maybe hunt for one of those game-winning yellow bannered birds?